help of this WMPP, we were conducting medical camp for the mothers of the school children. And it was quite a touching experience that time, because almost out of 100%, 90% of women, they were undernourished. I mean, they were anemic. And one particular case, the doctor told me, please talk to this woman because her health is in a very bad shape. So I started talking to her, and that woman she was already holding a small baby, and she had two more kids in our school. And when I started talking to her, I said कि क्या हुआ, आप आपका ख्याल नहीं रखते हो, आप खाना नहीं खाते हो ढंग से. And the way she started crying, and I was like scared. I said कि क्या हो गया, आप क्यों रो रहे हो? She said, मैडम फर्स्ट टाइम किसी ने मुझे पूछा है कि आप खाना क्यों नहीं खाते हो. So it was quite touching moment for me. I said, my God, I said, don't worry, you take आपका कोई भी medicine है, we will like take care of that. But she just unconsolable. She just could not control that. She's telling me कि उसके family में सब लोग हैं, but किसी ने उसको आज तक नहीं पूछा कि क्या तुमने खाना खाया है क्या. So this is a case, I mean, it's just one case I'm narrating, but we come across many cases like that. I'm not talking about only this lower income group. In general, you will see, because we women are supposed to be the symbol of love, care, compassion, and compromise, because we love to compromise for others, and especially when it comes to our family, our children. So I'm not talking only about general mother, but I'm talking about different age groups have different sets of problems, sets of mental health issues also. Because when I was talking to that female, I could realize even mentally she's so depressed. And I think Dr. Yatri will agree with me that maximum cases, I mean, it's seen more depression and anxiety in female than male. Am I right, Dr. Yatri?
Absolutely, absolutely
Yes.
right.
And in fact, I'm talking about, like even the other segment of society who are middle and higher middle class also, because we conduct many sessions with teachers. We very closely work with teachers. So during my session, I always ask my teachers, say, how many of you are giving time to yourself? आप कितने लोग हो जो regularly exercise करते हैं, regularly खुद पे ध्यान देते हैं? I'm telling you, almost 60-70% of female, they said कि we don't have time. सुबह खाना बनाओ, बच्चों को देखो, उनका पढ़ाई करो, then we have to run to the school. I'm talking about school universe because we work very closely with them. But definitely it's a case of everyone out there, and especially after lockdown, the kind of cases we are getting where the woman is so much under depression because she's like कि अभी तो बिल्कुल ही टाइम नहीं है, पूरी फैमिली घर पे सुबह से लेके रात तक इनके लिए खाना बनाओ, उनके लिए करो. अगर आप होम मेकर हो तो आपका एक्स्ट्रा काम तो बढ़ गया है. There is no private space for you, and if you're working from home, it's a double work. So in that entire thing, somewhere we have lost ourselves, somewhere, like, and there is nobody to even talk to. Because last time also I had given one example कि जहाँ पे I used to get calls from that woman particularly कि सिर्फ मुझसे बात करने के लिए, because सब लोग हैं घर पे लेकिन किससे बात करूं पता नहीं. There is nobody who can be empathetic towards her, क्योंकि ये औरत है, इसका तो काम ही है करना. In fact, when I was conducting parenting sessions, so I was asking those male, because now I can see all the family together on this online sessions. तो जो घर के जो मेल मेंबर्स थे, तो मैं उनको पूछ रही थी क्या आप लोग घर पे काम करते हैं, तो बोलते हाँ हाँ मैं बीवी को मदद करता हूँ. ऐसे बीवी को मदद का मतलब क्या है, घर आपका नहीं है. See the kind of understanding what we have, like कि okay ये काम ladies का है तो उनको ही करना है, and if I am helping तो I become a big god, like कि मैं उसको मदद करूँ. और हमारी जो females है वो भी बहुत excited रहती है. I can see so many posts on the Facebook also कि मेरे पति मुझे मदद कर रहे हैं मेरे, so the entire, it's a complete you can say the mindset of our society. So coming back to our women's problems, so Dr. Yatri, we know there are n number of problems age wise. So can you just like throw some light, what are the general problems what you like you see generally they are specifically related to women?
Yeah, thank you firstly, Aarti, for giving such a nice introduction. And, I have worked with Aarti in various schools and NGOs to help and empower women. And she genuinely puts her heart and soul in not only spreading education, but also helping every kind of person out there. So thanks, Aarti, for calling me over this platform. As rightly put, even while I was with Aarti in one of the schools helping for a camp, medical camp, I saw the amount of pressure women are in, and they somehow feel this gap in between telling somebody that I have this actual physical problem to what they actually are suffering. So they might just tell a doctor that a doctor, there is loss of appetite, but the actual problem would be somewhere else. And today, through this session, I will try and explain how we can connect our mind and body, how we can boost our immunity, what are the common diseases that women suffer from, and finally, how we as women can empower ourselves holistically. Okay, so I've also made a nice small PPT which I would want to share, and then I'll come to Aarti's question. Aarti, can I just share that? Just am I audible? Aarti, am I audible? Yes? Okay, right. So, and whoever have joined us, thank you for joining. You can ask your questions in the chat. I would prefer if you can just switch on your video. I know if you're working, it's fine. It's better. We feel better if you can just switch on the video and we can all relate together and at least see each other's faces. Thank you, Vidyaji. I'm seeing people just going, great. Thank you so much. Yes. It's best to be ourselves. I know it's the time when we are just chilling at home, but however we look beautiful. So I'll be more than happy if you all are on video. Thank you guys. Okay, so let's understand what is the importance of health and why importance of health, because truly I believe that the importance of health is just in your hands because you are responsible for that. Okay, so I begin with what is women empowerment. The empowered women is powerful beyond measures and beautiful beyond description. Most of the women out here are teachers. They are the ones to encourage and spread this word to the tiny girls of the school. And if they feel empowered, they can spread that empowerment to those little girls who in future will make a beautiful family or a society for themselves. So it's so important to know that we have the power within ourselves and we can bring this change. But why is this change so necessary? Because the statistics shows that women are diagnosed with depression more than men. Okay, 1 in 36 women suffers from breast cancer. Okay, it is just so much, people don't give so much importance to themselves because they think they are the homemakers. As Aarti gave an example, they will come last in the family. They will not give importance to their mind and health, but firstly to their own children and husband. So we need to really bring the awareness that what's really going on. After the age of 55, more than 40% of women suffer from osteoarthritis, especially the postmenopausal women. 1 in every 10 girls suffers from PCOD, and we are seeing that infertility has risen so much higher, about 10 to 14% in India's population. This is 2019 statistics. So can you imagine that, yes, there has been bodily symptoms and diseases, and we need to really do something and understand where is this core problem. Okay. But for that, which are the common diseases a woman suffers from? So this is the answer to Aarti's question. So overall, generally that start from head to toe. There are certain diseases which are more prone in women than men. And which are those? The skin complaints, especially seen in women, are acne. Of course, very common in young girls also. And I would say even in older girls, this is rosacea, it's called, the acne which is red and little bigger in size. They also suffer from acne. Urticaria. Urticaria is allergies of skin. Hyperpigmentation, mostly seen in menopausal women, where the skin becomes darker. Or you might see just dark spots, okay, suddenly coming after the age of 40. Other common thing is, of course, hair fall. You all want beautiful hair, but hair fall is connected to 3-4 reasons why one would have hair fall. One, it could be genetic. Second, it could be the kind of hard water or soft water you're using. So if you're taking bath with tanker water every day, if it's coming in your houses, that itself could be a reason. Okay. Third, of course, deficiency of any vitamin, and of course, any hormonal changes. So hair fall is quite common in women. Other thing that I've seen is hormonal changes, PCOD, hypothyroid, endometriosis. Endometriosis is the endometrial lining which comes out during periods that becomes thick and it's difficult to conceive at that time. Irregular periods, it's so common. Pain during periods, irregular periods, and menopausal symptoms. So they are all finally connected to hormone changes. Cervical and breast cancer. So women above the age of 40, 45, I surely suggest them to undergo mammography, pap smear. These are the two tests which will tell us in case if there are any chances of CA. And there are times it's not necessary that you will get any symptoms like bleeding or maybe a lump in the breast. You know, just by doing these two tests, you can in fact catch hold of CA much earlier than you would know it in later stages. So that's another common disease in women. Fifth is depression. As I mentioned already, women are more prone to depression than men. And yes, urinary tract infection. You know, so many of them are prone to UTIs or burning while micturition or burning while peeing. There could be various reasons. One, even, and this could also be in girls who are having periods, they don't clean themselves well. Women who are after the age of 40 and they are traveling for a longer time, they can get UTI. And mostly it is related to that infection for the sanitary ways, or that means the cleaning part is most essential at that part. Okay, next. Now, so if we know what the diseases are, how do we work holistically on ourselves? Okay, the only way to bring a change is by bringing physical strength, the mental strength, and finally understanding the mind-body connection. Okay, any questions so far? Am I clear so far? Aarti, any questions that you have? You
No,
can
no.
Okay, so
Yeah, continue.
what do we do about physical strength? Okay, physical are what happens is physical diseases that you get. And mainly there are about 4-5 reasons why you would have these physical issues and our body will start speaking. What do I mean by saying start speaking? See, when you have long, continuous stress, how do you feel? Yeah, you feel tighter, right? You feel there are some symptoms coming. For example, if you are one of the teachers and you're continuously looking at the screen, right now online sessions are going on, you will feel pain in your cervical neck, maybe headache, straining of eyes, maybe perspiration. Yeah. So in this situation, what is the stress? Stress is continuously looking at the screen or continuously being the pressure of teaching the children rightly. Yeah. And what are the symptoms? Symptoms are that tightness feeling. But if that stress goes for a longer period of time, for example, if your posture is not right while seeing the screen and you continue, you might end up having cervical spondylitis. So our body speaks first in the ways of signs and symptoms and saying, okay, there is some problem here through stress, you need to deal with it. And if you understand that, you automatically prevent yourself from getting those grave diseases. Okay, so listen to your body, observe yourself and understand what's happening. I can give you one more example of stress and stressors. For example, say in a non-COVID kind of situation or non-lockdown situation, you're stuck in traffic. Yeah, the stressor here is being stuck in traffic. And what do you react to that situation? Either you could get irritated, either you could just like be very anxious, or either you would just be very low and sad and thinking, okay, what can I do about it? Yeah, or have physical symptoms again like headache, nausea, acidity. Yeah, you feel that, right? If you're stuck for more than an hour. Again, the stressor here is the traffic. The stress is you having physical symptoms. If you don't take care of that at that situation, you might end up having chronic acidity or migraine headaches and so on and so forth. Okay. So understanding this connection, what do we do to build our physical strength or build our immunity before reaching to diseases? Okay. First one, and the most important, is bringing lifestyle changes. Yeah. Um, Bringing lifestyle changes in the sense having a balanced lifestyle, not too much, not too less. Okay. Everything in balance is good. If you have anything excess, you will start again falling sick. Okay. For example, if you have partied a lot, or you have socialized a lot, if you have gone out for a lot of seminars, what happens? You might be deprived of sleep, and you feel sick. You feel your body is, you're having body ache. Yeah. So if you do anything in excess, you will start having physical symptoms, and that is the way. Bring in lifestyle changes. How do you bring in the lifestyle changes? By bringing balance in the way of food, balance in the way of sleep, balance in the way of exercise, and your daily routine work. So especially during this lockdown situation where we don't have any kind of routine, right? We are just being haywire. As Aarti said, we have to work even more. The helpers are not coming home. We have pressure of working, being home, and other things. What do you do? Bring in lifestyle changes. And how do you do that? Set up a routine. Try and follow that routine and make it like a family rule. Yeah. And if you do that, automatically your body will adjust to it. Okay. So it's important to bring in that routine. Add on the other things in your routine or lifestyle. Is first is exercise. Now what I mean by exercise, say even if you're not allowed to go down and walk for 45 minutes to an hour, ideally that's the time that one should walk or do exercises for 45 minutes to 1 hour. You can still stay at home and do your cardio for at least 10 to 15 minutes twice a day. There are YouTube videos available on doing cardio exercises, lots of guided yoga, guided meditation on YouTube for free. Okay. But doing that exercise is important. Why? Because it increases the heart rate, it improves your blood supply, it makes the heart stronger. If you perspire more, the toxins are released more out of your body. If you move your joints, you feel much lighter and better. Lesser you move your joints, you feel stiff. If you sit down for 5 hours on one place, won't you feel stiff? So just basically doing exercise will boost in that energy level, remove the toxins, and make you feel better. Okay. Of course, other good part of it is, you bring in toning of your muscles, you look slimmer, you feel good about your body because you're feeling nice about yourself. Yeah, you don't want to gain weight. At least you can maintain your weight. So exercise is something you must imbibe in your routine. Next, balanced diet. People talk about fancy foods, flax seeds, and quinoa and other stuff. I say our Indian style of having a thali is the most balanced diet you can ever achieve. Why? So our original thali has dal, roti, sabzi, chawal, little sweet. So basically roti and chawal will give you the carbs. Yeah. The green vegetables will give you the fiber, vitamins. The pulses and dal will give you the proteins. And the ghee that we put on rotis will give you the good fat, which is important for your heart. So have that balanced diet along with a little bit of yogurt, which has got good bacilli. Yeah. One tip over here is instead of having everyday wheat roti, you can add on bajri roti, jowari, or nachni because they have more of fibers. Again, readily available. You can also guide this to the students who are coming to you. Yeah, they're happy to have jowari roti, but actually it has a lot of proteins and fibers. So that's one thing you can ask them to add on. Other thing, especially children, they are so attracted towards packet food. Yeah, small packet of Lay's or Maggie. So that's one thing that they must avoid. So try and tell the kids that packet food is something which is not good. Even if they are too stubborn about it, maybe you can make it like a family rule. Let's have it once in a month, like Maggie, maybe just once in a month. And then, of course, you can be a smart parent, smart teacher, smart person, because you can always teach children that before having that packet food, can we have one banana and then have that packet food? So you have kind of balanced it. Yeah. So be a smart mother too. Next is for physical strength is superfood. Now, there are a few superfoods which I am, since the day the lockdown or the corona thing is coming, I've been emphasizing, and it's working greatly for everyone. And we Indians use it quite a lot. Yeah. The first one is amla. Amla is rich in vitamin C. You can have in the way of Chyawanprash. Amla candies are available, with kids love it. But amla is a rich source of vitamin C, and it's great for immunity. Other is vitamin C through lime juice. So having just one lemon a day, well, I will tell you, you'll never fall sick. Trust me. It's so pure in vitamin C. You don't need to take vitamin C artificial tablets also. Okay. So lime juice. Third is tulsi in any form, either eating tulsi leaves or maybe you get potent tulsi drops available in market. Fourth is honey in any way. And the fifth superfood is turmeric. Now, turmeric is especially, just before doing this session, I had gone live on my own page and where I spoke about post-COVID survivors, how to boost immunity. And turmeric is something so important because corona is mostly the symptoms are respiratory based. And turmeric will take care of all your respiratory ailments. So there is a home remedy which I advise. If you want to write it down, you can. Every day, all from adults to children can have 1 tablespoon of honey, put a pinch of turmeric and 1 drop of fresh lime juice. Mix it like a syrup, have it twice in a day. Works like wonders. Better than any syrup you can ever have. Okay? So, super boost the strength.
Hello.
Next is sleep. I think someone is not clear.
Yeah, we can use for thyroid also.
Come again, please.
We can use it for thyroid also, these things.
Thyroid?
Yes, yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Am I muted? Can you hear me, Aarti? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Next is importance of sleep. That day when you were just about to fall sick or you might just have flu, what happens? You sleep a lot, don't you? Your body sleeps a lot. Yeah. Or just that day when you have not slept enough or you had too many thoughts in your mind, you slept for 3-4 hours, next day what do you feel? You feel lethargic. So imagine your body actually, when it is sleeping, it self-repairs inside. And it throws out chemicals, which is great to boost the immunity. So having a peaceful sleep of about 7 hours is most essential for all age groups. Okay. In case if you have problems sleeping, my tip would be either have a lukewarm water bath before sleeping. Aromatherapy helps. Just putting few drops of aromatherapy helps to give a very good sleep. And there's one more thing which works well is, nowadays there is too much bombardment of information. So information is good, but too much information is not good. And we have this habit of either going on our Insta page or Facebook page before going to sleep, and we wake up and the first thing we check up our WhatsApp or Insta page. Don't we all do it? Yeah, but that actually plays on our mind. And that is what doesn't give us a refreshing sleep. So my advice to you is just keep your gadgets at least half an hour before you go to sleep. Just keep it away and either read a good book or just, something, bring in all the good thoughts that you have had during the day and then go to sleep. It works like wonders, okay, especially for people who have issues in sleeping. And the last and the most important thing to gain physical strength is avoid all kind of addictions. Addictions like alcohol, tobacco, drugs, young kids. I'm seeing teenagers having a lot of issues, smoking. And that I can't tell you how much it is affecting your body to reduce the immunity and overall not help it to self-repair your body. Yeah, so avoid addictions. Okay, let's go to next, mental strength. So we have spoken about physical strength, but if your mind is not strong enough, whatever you do for your body, nothing works. You have to bring in this mental strength. Any disease that you suffer from or anything that you go through, if you bring in this lightness or easy feeling in mind and body, you automatically feel good. And how do you do this? So especially during this pandemic time, and we all are under the same roof, spending so much time with our family that we haven't, we can either make most out of it or make it worse. So there are two key factors to develop this mental strength. Yeah, the two key factors would be introspection and, of course, bringing this mental strength, building mental strength. And how do we build this mental strength or so-called focus? First is just practice gratefulness or being grateful. As I mentioned, we all are under the same situation all over the world, and we are all under one roof. But how many of us are focusing more on the things that we don't have rather than the things that we have? Yeah, we are hardly grateful for what we have in our lives. So begin your day with just being grateful for 5 different things that you have during that day. It could be a living thing, it could be a non-living thing. Like I wake up, I'm usually, right now I'm grateful that I have a dishwasher at home so that there are no maids and I don't have to sit and actually wash the vessels, but I'm grateful to it. Yeah, or I'm grateful for family support. So on and so forth. I'm grateful just for this computer, laptop being in front of me that I can connect with you all right now. Yeah, but what happens, in fact, we are focusing so much on the things that we are not grateful for. Like, for example, if you cannot you have some issues with your laptop, rather than thanking, oh great, you're there, I'm connecting with so many people, you keep on cribbing, oh my god, I can't just go online, I'm not apt for it. So let's start focusing on being grateful and things that we have. Next, mindful. Now, what is mindful? Mindfulness means being here and now. And this works great even as a parenting skills. I know a lot of you are teachers here and moms here. Mindfulness brings in so much happiness because whatever happened in the past is gone. In future, we don't know. Nobody even predicted, the best astrologer couldn't predict coronavirus. Could he? No. But being in here and now will make you feel present. How do you do that? So when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what is a thing that I can hear? Maybe you can hear the birds chirping, the sound of, the cooker, whistle of the cooker, or maybe kids making sound. It brings you into here and now, brings that mindfulness. Yeah. So listen to what you can hear. See what you can see. You can see maybe beautiful white sky or the birds flying by. It will bring you in present. Use all your senses. So use the sense of hearing, of seeing, touch. Ask yourself, what is it I can touch? Oh, my bed. I can touch this flower which is bloom in my house. What is it that you can touch at that moment? Yeah. See, and then fourth one is what you can taste. Taste at that moment. Bring your sense in the present, and especially when you have negative thoughts. Because that chain, once it starts, it's never ending. Especially for people who have a lot of anxiety issue. What will happen? Will I get this disease? What will happen to my son who is abroad? He's not come home. Talk to yourself and say, I want to get into mindfulness. That means tap yourself and say what I can see, what I can hear, what I can breathe, what I can bring in, enhance your senses at that moment. Okay. Next, commitment. Now, commitment, we have talked so many tools and techniques to overcome the problems that we have. But if you're not committed towards it, you can't go further. And being committed, I would say, not only for building your mental strength or fighting against disease, commitment comes in every aspect. You being a teacher, you are an entrepreneur, you're a housemaker, homemaker, you are cooking something. If you're not committed to make something tasty, will you be able to do it? No. So commitment is as important. Next, smile often. You know that children, in fact babies, they smile at least, research said that the babies smile at least 600 times a day. And we adults smile barely 20 times a day. Imagine. Yeah. So just smiling and take it, okay, this is how it is. This is what it is. And just smiling can release a lot of good hormones and chemicals in your mind. Yeah, so smile often. Finally, introspection. And this is the time where we are sitting at home, introspect and self ask questions. How can I improve myself? What I can do to achieve what you want to? How can I overcome this problem? What can I do to build my immunity further? Ask a lot of questions and introspect. That's the first thing, in fact, I do whenever I'm taking counseling sessions for patients, parents. First thing is bring in the change in yourself or introspect, especially counseling parenting sessions. Parents come with various problems. Like I remember just before the lockdown, some lady, she called me and she's like, Doc, my daughter, I want to come to you because she's got obesity issue. I said, okay. So in my mind, I was thinking the girl might be obese. But when they entered the clinic, trust me, she was just healthy enough. So the mother had in mind that the child is obese, but actually she wasn't. And then when I moved further, asking about the diet, I came to know the whole family binges on to fast food. How do you bring the change to the child? Introspect within yourself. What is it that I am doing? I can bring a change. And everything around you will magically change. Okay? So introspection is the key for building the mental strength. Okay. Next, mind and body connection. Okay, we have understood physical, mental. Now these two together. Now, why mind and body? Let me give you an example. You know, again, since we are in this lockdown period, we hardly go to restaurants, don't we? Think of your favorite restaurant and the favorite food you want to have. What will happen? Your mouth will start watering. Yeah. So just thinking of that favorite food brings the water in your mouth. So there is connection between your mind thinking something nice and your body giving a physical symptom. Yeah, I'll give you one more example. Say if you're anxious before an important meeting or before what happens? We feel this butterfly in our stomachs, don't we? How much ever we have practiced that speech, to begin with, you might feel for that little. Yeah, so that again is mind body connection. You're anxious, in your feeling in the stomach. So mind and body, if you understand the connection, you can just help it grow and heal like anything. And therefore, I say health is truly, truly, truly in your hands. The only way to bring in this mind-body connection in the right way is through meditation. And of course, utilizing all the and tools that I've given so far. Somebody is making sound. Can we put them on mute, please?
Actually, Dr. Yatri, we can't do that because you are sharing the screen. So we can't, like actually put them on mute. So
okay.
Please, all the participants, please take your charge of your own, like mics, and please put them off because it's really disturbing our speaker today.
Yeah, if you don't mind. So actually, Aarti, meditation is something that if everybody is in, I would want them to practice, or should I take questions first? Because
no, we can continue with meditation because let them get that experience, and then maybe we can open for questions. In fact, I have many questions because
sure. Yes.
yeah.
Go on.
So maybe meditation we can do it later, after a few questions we can, like break for meditation.
Yes.
And I think after meditation there won't be any questions. So it's better that they should have their questions in the beginning. So absolutely. I have certain questions. Like I have been hearing a lot about this homeopathic medicine now, especially for this COVID. So can you just tell us like what it is, like because I'm sure there are many of us who have been, like given these kind of medicines, but how effective they are, or like if they are effective, then why not everybody is taking that, and how much, like it's truth in that effectiveness of that medicine.
True. So Aarti, what happens, we've all been waiting for a vaccination, isn't it? Yeah. Now what is vaccination? It actually takes the antigens of the disease, puts it into the vial and makes it like a vaccination. Okay, so what happens when you put the vaccination, the antibodies against that virus is built in your body so you don't fall sick. But that's exactly the same principle homeopathy works on. Okay, and luckily now Ayush is the Ministry of Health of India, who have recommended and seen over the time, because they've seen the changes in patients, what the effect of homeopathy. Now, so what homeopathy is doing in the present state, it is helping as a preventive, because it's helping to boost the immunity and taking and improving the energy levels. So in fact, I have curated and dispensed this immunity kits, and during this lockdown, more than 200 kids have anyways couriered all over Mumbai, depending on the age of the person and the exposure they're going to have. Okay, so what does these homeopathy medication do? So it works on the principle of like cure likes. So that means if you have diarrhea, I would give a medicine which will cause diarrhea in the slightest little more form to remove the diarrhea out, and then you will not fall sick. So we improve the fighter cells, the protective cells of your body, so you wouldn't be affected by that virus in spite of the constant exposure. Now, people who are in constant exposure are the frontliners. So there are a lot of doctors in KEM, Nair, where I'm giving for free these kits, because I know they are the ones who expose, and they have to take for a longer time these medicines. And the people who are hardly exposed, they have to take for a shorter time. It also depends on the chronic diseases, like diabetes and hypertension is something very common, especially after the age of 40 seen in Indians. So if you have those chronic illnesses, your immunity or the fighting power is anyways less. And this homeopathy medication helps like a preventive protection and improves the energy level. With that, I've also added some multivits. So the reviews are excellent from patients. And in fact, there was an MD doctor who had coronavirus, COVID-19. He came home, he had severe loss of taste and weakness. And yesterday I got a message from him that he is 90% better. So people who are the survivors, they can also take this medicine safely. It doesn't have side effects. For all age groups, right from babies to elder can take it.
Oh, that's wonderful. I always had, doubts in my mind ki whether, how much effectiveness of this particular medicine is. So good. I think at least we can have some hope now in this COVID period.
Yes.
Okay. Another, since I know you so much personally,
Yes.
I would also like, I can see all these women are around, like today all our participants are, in fact, we had made it open for even men. We said, men, please join. You need to know, like you have so many women in your life. So at least, that will help them to understand their issues, because most of the times what happens, men don't understand why this woman is so emotional, itna baar roti hai karke, because there are certain changes, hormonal changes are also happening, and that really makes them vulnerable to emotions basically.
Yes.
So but yeah, I don't see any man out over here in our this group, but anyway, all women are there. So let's talk about some beauty tips, because during this lockdown, I'm sure what we missed much is the beauty parlors. So
yes, absolutely.
yeah, so can you give us certain tips on skin or hair, or like I'm sure all these our participants will also have, because Dr. Yatri has really cured my daughter's acne, so yeah. So I really trust her, because we had gone to many doctors. We had gone to Ayurvedic, we had gone to allopathy, and she was so concerned about her looks. See, even looks, like though unfortunately we say that the inner beauty is the most important thing in our life and all, but finally everybody goes with a face value. So at the teenage and at the tender age, everybody is so conscious about their looks. So if you have a better looks, or you have, at least presentable, then that really boosts your confidence, and there are lesser chances that you get into depression. Am I right, Dr. Yatri?
Absolutely, bang on.
So we are not talking about the looks, what you are getting naturally, like by birth because of your parents. It's a genetic combination. But what I'm saying, it is in our hands to how we can actually, like work on that, how we can present ourselves, how we can take care of ourselves, like taking care of your physical appearance, taking care of your, you know, like emotions, taking care of your mind, body, and soul completely. And here I would also like to, you know, like appeal to all the female participants over here that even this, whatever information you are collecting today, whatever, you know, like understandings you are getting, please pass it on to another people, you know, like who are not able to connect with us, and even to your maids, your, you know, like who they are really, they don't take, I mean, I see them, they are addicted also, they keep on chewing some pan, gutka, tambaku, whatever it is, you know, like they need some kind of addiction to work because they are working so hard, they need some kind of kick. Nobody is having their medical insurances, they don't understand, okay, ye important hai. So as a woman, I think we need to help each other, you know, you need to help other women. So if every woman realizes ki, okay, if I am empowered, can I pass on that power, or can I pass on those vibes at least, you know, like to the other woman, so that she also realizes, she also start changing her life. So coming back to that, yeah, the beauty tips, I would like you, if you can, you know, like tell us some during especially this lockdown when nobody can go to the parlor.
Yes, absolutely, sure. So, as rightly put, we understand that there is something called as inner beauty and inner confidence. But if you combine it with the exterior glow, I said glow rather than beauty, it
Yes.
enhances your confidence to a different level. Because whatever the skin color would be, the glow is what makes you different from others. Yeah. So, my beauty tips are, most important is you have to know your process of cleansing. Yeah, so when you are cooking or when you are engrossed in your work, we forget that we need to, our skin is also something to be nurtured to and to be looked after. Yeah, so you have to bring it into your routine. You know, when a baby is born, we take so much care of the baby's skin. How? Maybe we massage, we clean them, moisturize it, and that's why the baby skin is soft. And our face skin is actually as sensitive like the baby skin. And it has to be nurtured to that extent how we nurture baby skin. Okay, so remember that. Okay, when you remember that, you will start giving extra time to your face and your neck skin. We give extra time to the baby? We all do, to the newborn, right? We all do. So remember that way. Now, how do you do that? So there is a process called cleansing, something process called as, there are 3 stages to it: cleansing, moisturizing, and deep cleaning. Okay, so the first and the foremost is cleansing. Cleansing is every part of your face, including the hairline, the sides, and wherever the folds are. In case if you have wrinkle, has to be wiped with a cotton plug. Okay, use only cold water while washing your face, and splash a lot of water on your face. Then, instead of rubbing and scratching, pat it. Now, because our face skin is so sensitive, I would advise you not to use a soap, because whatever the company soap, they say it could be mild or whatever, it's still a little harmful to your face. So use products, especially there are like Bioderma products, which are great for sensitive skin, or Cetaphil cleansing lotion, which are again great for so just take a little bit in the cotton, and from inside out, just apply it all over your face, and then splash a lot of water. Okay, let it dry. If you rub it, your skin pores will open up completely, and you might get redness all over your face. Okay, so important thing is cleansing. Then next step is moisturizing. Now, moisturizing is depending on your skin type. How would you know your skin type? Mostly we have T states. Either it's too dry. Dry skin is mostly seen after the age of 45. Okay, and younger girls have oily skin. But in between, something called as T-zone. That means your cheeks might be oily, and your nose to your chin and your forehead makes a T. Yeah, that could be the normal skin. So depending on your skin type, you use a moisturizer. People who have oily skin use a gel-based product.
Yeah, 1 minute, Dr. Yatri. I can see, ma'am, Teresa, you will have to switch off your mic, please. Yeah, thank you. Yes, yes, Dr. Yatri.
Yeah. So now, if you have an oily skin, use a gel based product which has aloe vera in it. Okay, if you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, then use something which is a little thicker moisturizing cream. Okay, there are certain products like which I usually tell patients to use. Could be the Nivea lotion with aloe vera, easily available in the market. Could be, there are these Lotus Company gels and moisturizing cream available. And there are certain other foreign products which are also good. But if you just see this much, that oily skin, use a gel. And if you have dry skin, use a thicker base, that itself will work. Now with that, one needs to top on with a sunscreen lotion. Now you will tell me that, doc, I don't even get out of the house. Do I still need to use it? I would say yes, because even the computers or your mobile phone gives out UV rays, which is harmful for your skin. And that could itself cause hyperpigmentation, or you could see these patches, either you're fair in one part, maybe a little dark, or maybe black spots. So if your moisturizing cream has SPF or sunscreen anywhere between 25 to 50 is great. Okay, if your moisturizing cream doesn't have that, you need to use a separate product. Okay, doing this just twice in a day, like morning, evening, is more than enough. And before going to sleep, so 3 times a day. Now before going to sleep is a routine we all sometimes forget because we are so tired, that we want to just lie down and go to sleep and just enjoy that me time. But the me time begins with your face. Okay, so cleaning your face nicely before going to bed. And if you're above 40, before going to bed, use a thick moisturizing cream or the night creams. All these products will say on top of it, it's a night cream. Okay. Now this goes about cleaning it. What about home remedies? Now there are certain home remedies which works great. Like if you have dry skin, just applying little malai and leaving it for 10-15 minutes and then splashing a lot of cold water, you will see a nice glow on your face. Okay. And for women who have acne-based skin, they can use cucumber juice. So grate the cucumber, put 1-2 drops of honey and apply it all over your face. Okay. Now, other common problem is dark circles. A home remedy for dark circles is keep your potato or cucumber in the fridge. And then when it is cool enough and before you go to sleep, make slices of it and just apply it on top of your eyes. Let it rest for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Now, usually dark under eye circles are due to stress or too much straining of eyes, or could be genetic too. So if you're having too much usage of eyes, of straining of eyes, just by using these cold, lovely products will do miracles. Yeah. Then comes for your hair. Okay. For your hair, for women having dandruff issues, there are 2 home remedies, and again, it works great. Either apply sour yogurt, khatti dahi, in each and every margin of your hair. Let it be for 15-20 minutes and then have a head bath. Okay. But some patients come and tell me that they get sinusitis out of it. So for them, I would recommend you get dry methi seeds, pengu seeds. Soak it overnight, make it like a paste, and then apply all over margins. Do this for 3-4 weeks, once in a week to 3 to 4 weeks. Miraculously, it will just go out. Okay. So that's for the dandruff. Now for the hair fall. So for the hair fall, we also have had a product which helps. You need to put it in oil and then use it. But the home remedy that I can suggest is, in your coconut oil, just put few drops of castor oil. Castor oil has this property for gaining back your hair growth. Even, after a certain age, you will have eyebrows which will become thinner. So just put a tip of castor oil on your hand, on your tip of the finger, and just apply it. You will see the change.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, castor oil has that property. In fact, castor oil has so many good properties, I can't tell you. If you speak to your grandmother, they will say for easy delivery, they used to give you castor oil to drink. Yeah, constipation, castor oil, stomach pain, everything, a lot is to related to castor oil. People having hemorrhoids, that means piles, they apply castor oil around and it just works. But this property of hair growth is also great.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Let's try.
You should. You should. Other product for hair fall is I recommend Indulekha hair fall oil. Again, works great. It comes with a comb, and you just apply it in every margin. It does wonders. Okay. So that's about the hair, your skin.
Yeah.
Any other?
Yeah, I think now we can ask our participants if they have any particular issue which they would like to ask doctor. Now,
Sure.
all yours. Yeah.
Yeah. Aarti, can I
Can you
ask?
tell
Yeah,
your
sure,
name,
sure,
please?
sure.
Can you tell your name and switch
So,
on the video? If you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
mind.
Vidya. You can see me. I have switched on the video now.
Yes, Vidya ji. Yes, please.
Yeah. A very good evening, doctor, and very enlightening, whatever you've said. So talking about castor oil, one of my very good friends had suggested a mixture of methi seeds, coconut oil, castor oil, and aloe, mixture.
Lovely.
But I made my own oil, but somehow I started losing more hair. So is it because of that, or could be because of the weather and the
What I
days?
feel, maybe now I don't know this home remedy. I've not tried honestly. So maybe
Yeah.
the proportions might not be right.
Possibly.
Okay, that could be one. Number two,
Yeah.
stress is just not. I mean, hair fall has got lots of reasons for hair fall. It could be stress,
Yeah.
and if that itself, the core is taken care of,
Yeah.
the effect is
Got
there.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, but you can, Vidyaji, you can just try with coconut oil and putting few drops of castor oil first instead of applying aloe vera and other things. And then
Sure, thank you.
I think hair fall is the woman's universal problem.
yes,
And it's a cleaning the drain after that. That's the biggest headache.
No, the best part is when you cook, you get so many times while eating.
Aarti, there's one more thing for hair fall. What has happened is somehow we have started using a lot of chemicals.
Right.
Yeah, straightening of hair, and I mean, there's nothing wrong in that, but against the balance has to be there. Like in our grannies, if you speak to them, they would say we used to use shikakai soap. Just imagine soap. We use shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, and whatnot. Yeah.
No, I remember in school days we really had very good hair. Like all of us of our generation.
Yeah.
We used to tie those two plaits and like very tight, and then that time you really had good hair. But then later on, when you started using, you straighten your hair, and we do so many things, like to our hair. Actually, we torture so much to ourselves.
So that's, yes, try and keep as much natural rather than ironing and blow drying and using a lot of chemicals for your hair. Because,
Thank you.
let your texture just flow through it rather than hampering it so much. I'm not against it, but again, do it in balance.
I can see Manisha now over here.
I have a question.
Yes, in fact, hair and Manisha is a great combination. Yeah.
No, I have a skin related question. I'm hypoallergic to everything. So what would you advise me to do for skin?
See, so many of them have, even I have a sensitive skin.
I don't use soap.
So for you, going as natural as possible, whatever products you use, see to it it's written hyposensitive. The products do mention behind. Yeah. Other thing for sensitive people, sensitive skin people, first do a patch test. You know what's a patch test? So especially this area of your arm, that's the most sensitive area. Use that product continuously for 3 to 4 days, only in a small patch. See if you're reacted to it or not, and then apply it on your face. Yeah, try that.
Thank you. Is there a home remedy? There is anything we can do at home for this?
So using all natural like products like cucumber, potato, even peels of papaya skin. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention that gives such a lovely glow. See, you're cutting the papaya, we throw away the papaya skin. Just rub it around. You'll find a lot of change.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Any other question? I can see some questions.
Yes.
If Dr. Yatri, there is something. 1 minute. Let me just see. I could see. Somebody is asking about spondylitis.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Sunila. Sunila is asking about spondylitis. So what can you suggest if somebody is going through this spondylitis stage? So what will be your advice to them?
Sure. See, spondylitis is caused because there is a certain, bone in which is get either gets compressed or maybe a nerve ending is being pressed. So what happens is mostly spondylitis is due to your posture. So one needs to first improve your posture. Now what I mean by posture, if you're sitting for a longer time, you see to it both your feet are touching the ground, you don't cross it. Then touch your back till the end of the chair. So your back will rest with the top of the chair. So slide completely behind, touch your buttocks to the back of the chair. So your back will, so remind yourself of this posture every sometime, 15-20 minutes. Changing the posture will change your 50% of problem. Number two, don't carry too much of heavy weight. If you're doing some strenuous things, avoid it. See to it some other person takes over that. Okay?
Yeah, but in lockdown, then what? I mean, you don't even have helpers now. So
Yes, but see, spondylitis will get aggravated if you are holding something heavy. Of
okay.
course, homeopathy works like wonders. Really, it does. I've treated
And
it.
any age it will work because
Yes, any age it will work. One more thing you can try: people having spondylitis sleep without a pillow, flat on the bed. That also does help. Yeah, and yoga. But of course, homeopathy does wonders. So you can get in touch with me if it's really bothering you. But try these other things also.
yeah. Okay, there is one question. What is the best thing to use for tan face?
Yeah. So tan face is these are the ones who are very sensitive to sun, you know. So since you know you are so sensitive to sun, and if you have to go out, always use a protection and get out of your house. You know, carrying an umbrella also, I tell these people who have hyperpigmented skin, they don't feel shy because you're protecting yourself. So umbrellas with UV protection are available in the market. You can do that. Or nothing, carry a nice huge hat, wear it, and then go to the market. Even if you're home, use a good sunscreen lotion. 1-2 products that I can suggest: Neutrogena is a great product. Suncross Beam is a great product. So after you wash your face, apply moisturizing cream, and then on top of it, put the sunscreen lotion. That's another mistake people do. What they do is they wash their face, apply the sunscreen, and then the lotion. So the effect of the sunscreen fades away. Yeah, and especially people having more sensitivity to a sun, use SPF 50 to 75, anywhere between that. So a higher SPF 50 protection.
Okay, there's one question on the reason for hand tremors.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that could be few reasons. One is nervousness, anxiety, could be Parkinson's, could be like just the beginning of Parkinson's, could be a kind of just a genetic issue. If any of your parents, paternal, maternal, have that shaking, it just comes genetically. So it has to be diagnosed properly, I would say.
okay. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you need to know the root cause of that, then only,
Yeah.
you know, like you can get a treatment. Yeah, there is one question. Any solution for irregular periods?
Yes, so irregular periods is one of the common problems, especially in girls I'm seeing. So irregular periods happen, again, first you have to find the cause. So is it because of you are having thyroid problem? Is it PCOD? So there are a series of tests, sonography, that the doctor would ask you to do. Take history in detail, find out what's the cause and the treatment. Again, homeopathy works very well. I've treated even patients having chocolate cyst problem. That means bleeding in the ovary and then completely come out of it. So we can treat them. But generally, there are a few home remedies that I want to suggest for people.
Sure.
Yeah. So one is having flaxseed. Works very well. Yeah. So just a tablespoon of flaxseed and a tablespoon of white sesame seed. White sesame has pure calcium in it. So this is also for women going through menopause. Pure calcium. You know, the calcium tablet that you have 500 milligrams or whatever, this is a great, I won't say substitute, but it definitely improves the calcium level. The white sesame seed, just see to it you don't have raw, thoda sa usko sek lo, matlab roast it and then have it. Yeah. Even lady finger is high source of calcium and zinc. Yeah. Of course, our almonds and walnuts, great, rich in vitamins. Yeah, so these are 2-3 things people having irregular periods: flax seeds, sesame seeds, and the nuts that they can have.
Great. And yeah, now there is a completely different question, and it is related to now mental health.
Okay.
There's one madam, she gets angry very quickly and end up crying. And this is, I think she is facing this during this lockdown.
Yeah.
So I think whatever we had discussed earlier about this mental health problem, so there must be some reason, I mean, I'm sure, for
Yes.
this
So,
particular condition.
okay, I want to see, the best I can explain here is to a major incident in our lives. Whenever there's a major incident, like pandemic is a major incident, or a death in the family, or an accident, a human or a person reacts in 4 ways. Okay? What are the ways they react? Either they could go into complete, a shell back, or it's called, I don't get the right word, but what they go into is they take it for granted. They don't accept the situation. That's the right word. Okay. So the first way they would,
Denial. They get into denial.
they get into denial. Absolutely. Like they would say, like, for example, pandemic, they would be like, pandemic, मैं बाहर जाऊंगी, मुझे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. So they go into denial. Okay. Or a death in the family. No, this is not true. I don't accept
This cannot happen with me,
this
that
cannot happen with me. Okay, so that's the first way they go into denial. Second, either they could go into depression. That means sadness. This is the end of the world. I'm not good for anything. I cannot do anything. I'm very, very sad. Nothing is good for me. So they go into sadness or depression. Third way a person could react is by getting angry. Yeah, why has this situation come? What is this? I'm the only one suffering. And then you start getting irritated. Sometimes when you are into that phase of anger and then you get into your self-guilt, you start weeping. Yeah, because you go into self-wrongness. Oh, I got angry in such a small thing. But actually, you are reacting to a major incident in your life. And the fourth way to react to a certain incident is acceptance. So the fourth way is the one we all need to operate. The first time Modi ji announced lockdown 21 days, we all were shattered, right? We thought, 2 days also we can't sit at home. Now
3 months we are at home.
yes. Now if you say, okay, stay at home for 10 days, we're like, okay, another 10 days, that's fine. Isn't it? We have gone into acceptance stage. We are not into denial, we are not into anger, we are not into depression, acceptance. So if you change that anger aspect into acceptance, you will get a lot of relief. But yet, if you're still suffering, you don't know, you can connect with me. I can do 2-3 sessions, it will be sorted.
So either you can connect with Dr. Yatri, or you can also connect on our mental helpline.
Yes.
What we have, this positive parenting and child helpline. In fact, under that particular project, we are running this weekly session with all our experts. So our session's name is only Ask the Expert. So every week we are trying to touch upon different aspects of life, and especially which has been aggravated due to this corona time or the lockdown period. So today's session is on women's special. Our next session is going to be, we will be talking about challenges what differently able people are facing during this particular period. And of course they have anyways challenges throughout their life, but the challenges have increased. And we will be also having our speaker, amazing lady, Geeta Castellino. She herself is such a dynamic woman who had overcome all her disabilities, and now she is so empowered and she's full of life, full of energy, and full of so much of positivity, that she's spreading that entire hope and passion in so many of people like us also. I really get inspired by her. So next session, next Thursday, you can all you can join. Is the way we can be helpful to the society. We can be little more sensitive towards different segments who are not as privileged as us. Yeah, so sorry, Dr. Yatri, sorry to interrupt you.
I think you guys are doing a wonderful job, I must say. Let's spread this helpline number to as many people as you all who are listening, and even for more, because this is the time when people just want to be heard. And if you just give that empathy to them, be in a neutral space, you can do wonders in their lives.
Yeah, and thanks to Capgemini India, because of them, we could make this entire service free of cost. So we don't charge anything.
Wow.
Anybody can call us on our toll-free number. We will be flashing our toll-free number after the session. So you can just Google about Parisarasha's toll-free helpline. You will get the numbers, and we will anyways, like in chat box, we can, type the numbers. And our helpline is open from morning 9 to evening 9, night 9 o'clock, and all days, even Saturdays and Sundays. So my team of counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, they are there, all these days and in that time. So feel free to call up, and it's toll free. So it is even you don't have to pay for your mobile bills. So that everything is taken care of, because we realize like today, still in our society, mental health is a social taboo. सबको लगता है मैं क्या पागल हूँ क्या डॉक्टर के पास जाने के लिए. But if you are not well, if you have some fever, cold, cough, you run to the doctor. But then if your mind is not well, and we don't even realize. See, like now I can see that question that madam is being angry, she has been crying. So ma'am, you really need to immediately, talk to somebody, talk to us, talk to Dr. Yatri, because there must be deep down some reason for that, and we don't want this situation to get aggravated. And see, women are anyways prone for depression, so don't get into depression. If you realize, understand your mind first, and if you realize ki, okay, there's something wrong with my, myself, I'm not happy, I'm not feeling happy, please talk to us. Please talk to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there is another, okay, ma'am, can you suggest any tablet for calcium?
There are a lot
tablet or table for calcium? I don't know, table. Kusum ma'am, can you please tell us the question? You can just switch on your video and you can talk to us.
Hello.
Yeah, Kusum. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. On all of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I am I'm 48 now. I feel this is the time.
You don't look okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't. You look young.
Thank you. Actually, I feel some tablets needs to be taken, maybe for calcium, because all of my friends of my age, they started having tablets. So they say it's it's needed. I haven't yet started, so I thought it will be better to ask you.
Yes, especially after the age of 55, osteoporosis is something that women commonly suffer from. In fact, more than 60% of women do. And therefore, if you are very close to your menopause, calcium is something you need to take. But I would recommend you first to do a blood test and then find out your calcium levels, because if you overdose of calcium is also not good. Okay, so 3 things that you need to do. One is serum calcium in blood test. Second is vitamin B12 and D3. Okay, in case if your calcium is less, then you need to take, but women above the age of 55, they can happily take every day without even doing the blood test. Since you're still not there, I would recommend first to do your blood test. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Dr. Yatri, I'm just typing your number for them. Sure. If you can just read out also your loudly, if you can just tell the number. Yes. I'm just typing. Yeah.
9820-765151.
5151.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my number. I also have my FB page, Dr. Yatri Thakur, and also Insta page called by Dr. Yatri Thakur. So you can connect with me through there also.
Yeah, I'll also share the helpline number now.
Yes, please.
So meanwhile, if anybody would like to ask any questions, please feel free.
Ma'am, please any help for thyroid? Because of thyroid, my hair is losing, and I have what you told, castor oil. I am using that, but still it's happening like that.
Is that Sapna who was asking?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Don't hide behind the camera.
Actually, light.
I'm glad. Okay. See, thyroid does cause a lot of hair fall. So
Yes,
first your thyroid has to be treated. Are you taking any thyroid tablet?
yes, ma'am. I'm taking that thyroid, my food supplement and all. I'm using it, na?
No, not mine. The proper
Yeah,
allopathy
yeah. That I'm
medication.
using, not normal. That medical, that doctor has given me, na. That I'm using it.
Yeah. So
That
first get.
small is Astone something is in a small. That tablet is there. That I'm using it.
So honestly, I would need the proper name for it. That's one.
Okay. In
Uh,
Astone something is there.
so get your thyroid levels, recent ones checked.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe the milligram that you're taking is pretty low.
It's a
Therefore,
50,
maybe
ma'am.
your thyroid
It's
50 and your
50. Yes.
thyroid is normal right now.
Yeah, it's normal now. Right now, it's normal.
So hair fall
It's
is
actually,
very common
yeah.
with thyroid, but homeopathy also I can help you. So in case you
Okay.
want to, you can.
Yes.
Try this castor oil with coconut. So your hormones itself is at stake, and thyroid does cause this. You've got hyperthyroid, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, because I can see you're thin. Okay, there are two
Yeah,
types of
yeah,
thyroid.
yeah.
So for hyperthyroid, you might also have sometimes trembling of your hands.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so they're all thyroid symptoms. It needs to be taken care of medically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get in touch.
Okay, there are two more questions. One is about rheumatoid arthritis. So, is there
Yes.
any home remedy?
So as I said, sesame seeds and methi seeds, great for your rheumatoid arthritis. So methi seeds, you can make it like a powder and have it. And also sesame seeds. Sesame seed you can have in the way of even mint, mouth freshener. People don't like just having, just put in that. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is another question which is about pain during the periods.
Yeah, a common problem. Usually, if you do hot and cold fermentation alternatively, it works great. The other home remedy that I can suggest, of course, again, homeopathy works best during this time. And you have to find out it is more in teenage girls, the pain. They have severe pain. But I've seen in married women, if they have endometriosis or they have PCOD, then they can have severe pain. So we have to also diagnose the problem. The home remedy that I can suggest, you get ajwain seeds. So ajwain seeds, just a tablespoon. With that, mix it with salt and take that with water. That helps to improve the blood flow during periods. And when the blood flow is more, the pain automatically reduces. Okay, so you can try.
What can you suggest for menopause, like pre-menopause and post-menopause and during that time? Because there are a lot of mood swings also. There are a lot of, hormonal changes also. So even family will not understand why the woman is behaving like this, like at that time. Suddenly they get into depression because depression is the cause of depression in many cases is menopause.
Yes, absolutely.
And even puberty, like during that time and also during menopause time, there is a lot of imbalance in our hormones. So
yes,
what will you suggest for that period?
yes. So see, menopause, what happens is because that hormone which was activated, in fact, the hormone which is there to give periods is very good to bring that balance in our body. And when that hormone stops producing, so your periods stop, okay? You start having symptoms like mood swings, hot flushes, sudden perspiration, your feet become very warm, yeah? You get irritated, snappy, and people think what is wrong with you. Yeah, so allopathy wise, there is this HRT, hormone replace therapy, that the gynacs would give. Homeopathy wise, there are great remedies which help you, especially menopause. What happens is women come with a complaint, either the periods become, the flow is too much or suddenly it stops. Now for that phase also, there are very good homeopathy medication that one can, go get in touch with an expert homeopath. But home remedy wise, flax seeds is something which is working great.
I think you have Lag Dukho Ki Ek Dawa flax seeds.
So flax seeds, yes, it really works so well. One must, that's why I say I've a mouth freshener, make it like a mouth freshener which has flax seeds, which has sesame, which has little bit of coconut. The dried coconut is great. It gives you a lot of fibers and the coolness for your body. So in fact, it's readily available in the market.
Yeah. Now you get,
Yes,
I think.
Take it on a regular basis. That can help. and yeah, see how it works.
Okay, there's one more question on for constipation. Do you have any remedy for constipation?
Yeah, so for constipation, having natural fiber called isabgol. Yeah, plus you can have that on a regular basis. There is something called as sabza or
Yeah.
chia seeds in English. That is also very good. So you soak it for 3-4 hours and take about a tablespoon of that soaked. You can have it with yogurt in various ways. Chia seeds is another great thing you can have during menopause. Yeah, so that also helps. One can have that. And other thing for constipation is having a lot of natural fibers in your diet. So if you're having too much of non-veg and spicy, completely avoid.
Yeah, so I think that was really, really wonderful session, and
Glad.
I mean we are really enlightened. Not only we realize the need of physical fitness, but at the same time taking care of our mental health, and also how we can enhance our glow.
Yeah.
Okay, there is one more question. Hypothyroidism. So that is, anyways, I think you have
Kind of covered it.
yeah. And yeah, I think should we then stop here? And if you have any issues, anything, any queries, you can connect with Dr. Yatri. If you have any issues related to your mental health, you can always like take help of our helpline where you can connect with us. We have our experts who are sitting over there, and you can please join us for our next Thursday session. And this is going to be very, very special next Thursday session also, because we will be touching upon the areas where generally like we don't pay attention, we don't think of an inclusive society. So thank you so much, Dr. Yatri.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, we
It was
look
really-
forward for having one more session with you, because that's what we were discussing.
Yeah.
And it was really, really wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Oh, it will be my pleasure. I just want to end Aarti by saying this.
Yeah, that meditation also, right?
You want to, is everybody
Yeah,
on
we'll
for
do it. Right, everybody, are you there with us for meditation? Yes. All are saying yes.
Ah, but I want the videos on, because otherwise we won't be able to connect.
Yeah. Come on, participants, please switch on your videos.
Just 2 minutes meditation I'll do, and you will see the
Yes.
difference. Yeah, would request all of you, please. Vaishali ji, Loretta. Great, there are people. Redmi, Mary.
My video is not getting started. It is since the morning it is having problem.
Okay. No problem, ma'am.
worries.
Yeah.
Anita, Varsha, Todkar, please show your faces. Yogita, Hira, if you want to do meditation, please show your face. Bhavna, Jennifer, Jay, Varsha, Ruhi, Sai, Vinita, Suchita, Shushma Mishra. Okay, Shubhangi. Rajni.
Yes, I am there, but I cannot see and you
No
cannot see me.
worries.
Yeah, see,
I
Dr.
can-
Yatri, I think many of them, they have network problem. Yeah, so that's how the videos are not on. So whoever is there, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm
Before-
sure they are not
before-
cheating. They will be doing the this meditation exercise.
1 minute, Aarti, 1 minute.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
starting, I was having a question. Can chia seeds be taken empty stomach in the morning?
No, it's preferable to have it in the night.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so all of you just sit down in one place and follow whatever instructions I'm giving right now. Touch your feet to the ground. Let it be bare feet. In case if you're wearing footwear, just remove it. Okay. Touch your ground. Do not fold. And place your hands on your knee facing upwards. Yeah, touch your hands facing upwards. Just calm down. You can look normally, just your hands facing upwards. Yeah. Okay. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and release it. Take one more deep breath in and release it. Now this time, we'll take a deep breath in, and while releasing, we will all say Om together. Okay? Take a deep breath in. One more time, wholeheartedly, we will say Om together. Take a deep breath in. Just concentrate on your breath, going in and out right now. Let go any thought coming your way and just concentrate on your breath. Now imagine a beautiful scenery or a place where you always wanted to be. It could be on the mountains, in a forest, besides the sea, in a garden, between the flowers, wherever. Imagine the place which gives you utmost peace. Connect with Mother Nature at this moment. Feel the wind passing by. Smell Mother Earth, the smell of Mother Earth. Connect with Mother Nature. Mother Earth is the one who accepts us for what we are. She's the one who provides us with everything that we need, be it home, shelter, food, clothing, jewelry, money, medicines, furniture, everything comes from her. And yet, she accepts you wholeheartedly for what you are. Feel the connection. Feel that peace within and outside. Thanking Mother Earth for whatever she's given us so far. Being in gratitude for this beautiful day that we are enjoying right now. Praying and asking that this peace, this connection, this acceptance with all our flaws, we take it with us forever. Feel it running in each and every part of your body. With this beautiful feeling, as and when you feel complete, taking your own time, slowly and steadily open your eyes. Beautiful, wasn't it? You know, we have to be really grateful for what we have today, to Mother Earth especially. So feel this gratitude and that connection within you and spread it around. So I would just want to end this session thanking to Aarti. I hope it has helped you all by saying that, you know, we are literally like that caterpillar in a cocoon who is protected and ready to be a butterfly someday. I hope I've helped you all enough.
Absolutely, Dr. Yatri, really, really wonderful session, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for coming on this platform and, you know, enlightening us with all these different home remedies, beauty tips, mental health tips, and also, you know, like making everyone aware like what may be different issues either we are facing or we may face. So how we can arrest that at the right time and by changing our lifestyle. So my sincere appeal to every woman out over here, थोड़ा सा सेल्फिश बनो, हमारा हक बनता है. So, you know, मतलबी हो जा जरा मतलबी. So start, you know, because I always tell my teachers whenever I conduct workshop, I said कि अगर आप लोग हो तो ही आपका वर्ल्ड है, जान है तो जहान है. If you are only not, you know, like fit, if you are not going to be there in this world, then what about your you know, like children, husband, parents? Nothing matters. So main thing what matters is you. So start looking at yourself, start taking care of yourself. Once you start taking care, start loving yourself, you will start loving the entire universe. So thank you so much, and yeah, take care, stay at home, stay fit.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.